how the hell you got out of prison, but if you as so much as look wrong at my son, I'll make you wish you were back there.
Magnificent.
You think I'm kidding?
I think he's talking about you, Mom.
Spectacular. The mother lion is ready to defend their cub.
You got that right, you freak.
Look at this. I got goosebumps. You're actually scaring me. And I gotta tell you, that's not an easy thing to do. Between you and me, it usually works the other way around.
Are you hearing me? You stay the hell away from my kid.
Mom, it's okay. We were just talking.
A bonding moment between ex-cons, reminiscing about the not-so-glory days at Penton.
What's he trying to get you to do?
Nothing.
We were chatting as equals. In fact, Michael had a question. You're so obviously close with your mother, I'm sure you won't mind if I tell her you're looking for a hitman.
Perhaps you misunderstood, Michael. Or perhaps you're making up lies because you want to see the kind of response you're going to get. Well, I guarantee you're not going to like it.
Did you ever try to take over for Sonny? And my first wife was that way. Forceful, dynamic, but power-hungry. Is that what happened with you and Sonny?
That's none of your business.
Otherwise, I can't think why he would ever let you get away. You're gorgeous and clearly very passionate.
And you're a sick, twisted murderer.
Do you garden? You have this very nurturing, albeit warlike aura about you. I highly recommend the simple pleasure of keeping a garden, becoming one with the soil.
Let me tell you something. You're going to become one with the soil because I'll make sure you're buried so deep no one will ever find you if you keep messing with my kid.
There's nothing like the thrill of having your life threatened by a beautiful woman. It's like seeing the first spring bloom of a blood-red American beauty. You excite me in so many ways.
That's enough.
We're just getting started. Of a rose in full bloom, radiant beauty, and wickedly sharp thorns.
Here's a thorn for you. If I push this button right here, about 10 of Sonny's guys are going to show up. What do you think's going to happen? Shall we find out?
I can see my compliment fell flat on its you-know-what.
Get out of here. Now.
You've been an absolute delight. We must do this again.
What the hell are you thinking? You know how Anthony Zakar is. You know how dangerous he is. You can't speak to him, much less ask him about a hitman.
Mom, I know what I'm doing.
Anthony Zakar will kill you as easy as snap his fingers. What in God's name is going on with you?
Not anything about hiring a hitman.
Let me tell you something. Whatever you're thinking, you can forget it. I forbid you to talk to Johnny or Anthony Zakara.
Look, I understand that you're worried, Mom, but I'm an adult. You don't get to forbid anything.
It's not a game, Michael!
Remind me again about your legal situation.
Diane Miller is representing me. She's looking into a few options for my defense.
If he didn't kill Brandon, wouldn't the first logical defense be to plead innocent?
I probably will. She's just covering all the bases.
Sorry.
For what?
You've just been put in a lot of bad situations the last several months, and all roads lead back to Michael.
If you're trying to turn me against Michael, you don't want to go there.
I would have no reason to do that.
I think your father would disagree.
Okay, again, I'm not working with my father. I just find the two situations very similar. We were raised by similar families. It's like looking in a mirror sometimes.
Michael loves his father. You hate yours, or so you claim.
We were both raised by two very powerful and protective families. Michael so much as sprouts a hangnail, Sonny and Jason are weighing in. Not to mention Carly and his brother Dante.
Okay, so what's your point?
My point is that it's probably very easy for you to get lost in the shuffle.
Well, not so far.
Okay, you may be right. But if they feel Michael's safety is threatened, you're expendable. Let me guess. Michael's mother and father have already talked to you about how you're not good for him, right? Stay away from him for his own good, am I right?
What are you getting at?
I could arrange for you to disappear. I have connections in Vegas. It wouldn't be very difficult for me to get you a new identity, maybe a job at a club that I have a stake in. You could start fresh, cut your losses.
What's in it for you? You in full.
I just can't imagine that that money didn't come from somebody closely associated with Michael. Which I don't understand why you did that. I told you I would carry that debt.
And now you're willing to help me disappear and start a new life with a new identity? Don't tell me that that's out of the goodness of your heart. There has to be something in it for you.
I feel bad for the tight spot that you've been in. The terrible politics that you're caught up in. It doesn't cost much for me to help you out.
And what makes you think that I won't be found innocent in court?
You might. Then again, you might not. Why chance it?
I didn't kill Brandon.
And what, the truth will set you free? Huh? That may work where you're from, but here in reality land, people act in their own best interests.
Like what people here?
Like people who might want to use you to manipulate Michael.
Oh, so now it's Michael who you care about?
I'm sure Michael's ready to go to the wall to protect you, and I'm sure that really worries you. I'm also sure that you don't want to be the reason Michael goes to Pettonville again.
So my answer is to jump bail and become a fugitive?
If you skip town and start a new life, it might be in Michael's best interest.
I am not gonna run from a murder charge. And I'm sure as hell not gonna disappear on Michael.
Hey, come on, I'm sorry to bother you. If you have to go back to Sam.
No, she's asleep. What's up?
Anthony Zakar approached me in the docks. He was acting all friendly.
Okay, you need to stay away from Anthony. He's crazy.
You don't think I know that? He's Dad's enemy. He wants his territory back, and he sees me as a way to get to Dad. He's totally transparent.
Okay, but every time you think you know where Anthony's going to come from, he's going to hit you from another direction. Do not underestimate him.
He's underestimating me.
What did Anthony say?
That he's grateful that I killed his daughter. And that he wanted to do me a favor. Around that time, Mom showed up, saw us talking, and threatened to kill him.
I'm sure he loved that.
Yeah, he did, actually. He called her spectacular. The harder she went after him, the more he liked it. It was really starting to bug me, but I wasn't about to let Anthony see that.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and then Anthony took off. My mom basically ordered me to stay away from the Zakaras. But I can't. I need them to prove that Abby's innocent.
Hey, young lady, are you lost? I mean, can I be of any help?
No, thanks. I'm fine.
Have we met? I mean, you look familiar, but I can't think why.
We've never met, but I know who you are. Anthony Zakara.
Oh, I'm flattered. I've been out of circulation so long, I figured none of you young people have heard of me. May I ask how such a lovely lady knows my name?
I used to dance at your son's club.
You're the girl whose ex was whacked in the parking lot?
I guess that's one way to put it.
Oh, boy, what a tragedy. I understand you're being charged with murder. I wish we'd met sooner. I might have been able to solve all your problems.
Why are all the Zakaras in such a hurry to do me favors?
You can't blame your mom for being worried about Anthony Zakara.
Yeah, I know. I just wish he had more faith
Yeah,
in
but
me.
it's about wanting you safe. Listen, anything Anthony does is just setting a trap.
Look, you know, Anthony's probably the reason that Abby's being framed right now. I need to know more. So if he wants to work me, I'll make it look like I'm buying into it. I need to prove Abby's innocent before this case goes to court.
That's exactly what Anthony's counting on. You said he offered to do a favor. What'd you say?
I said I might need the services of a hitman, and if he knew any.
Michael, you can't trick Anthony Zakara.
Look, Jason, don't worry. I'm going to be careful.
Michael, well, thank God you're here. Can you please talk some sense into him? Tell him it's not okay for him to hang out with Anthony and Johnny Zakara and even Abby until after the trial?
I've spoken to Michael.
Unlike you, he respects my decision.
Please tell me you don't think it's okay if he hangs out talking to Johnny and Anthony.
That's not how I put it, Carly.
He can't afford to go back to Pettonville. Do I have to do this on my own?
Do a favor for a beautiful woman. You're a damsel in distress. I happen to be a chivalrous gentleman. I'd be delighted to get to know you better.
I'm waiting for someone.
Well, until that someone shows up, I'm going to keep you company. The docks at night are no place for a young lady.
I'm fine, honestly.
how about we ruminate over those charges you're facing? I happen to be retired. I'm indulging my passion in gardening. But my son, John, maybe could be of some assistance.
He already helped.
He has? Ooh, I'm pleased to hear that. I raised that boy with manners. It's good to know he hasn't forgotten them.
You live with Johnny, right? Well, if he told you that I'm a murder suspect, I would assume that he's also mentioned helping me out.
Huh. Smart and savvy as well as pretty. An irresistible combination. You ought to listen to an old man's advice, dear. I've been to Pentonville. It's a horror show. Unspeakable. The stuff that goes on there. I can't imagine the women's penitentiary in Brooklyn is any better. Now, I happen to be a great admirer of beauty, and I'd hate to think of you as wilting behind stone walls.
Abby? Get away from her now.